Ramona.
Ramona, I've heard that.
It's to the east of
I used to live in San Diego.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It is ass. Hello there. Welcome to the Turning Points. I'll be your host, Ben. Today's guest who will be joining us is Dante. All right, Dante, would you be able to tell us a little bit more about yourself, how you came to be a videographer?
Yeah, so I started off film with like video editing. I used to make little funny gaming videos, and then I switched to photography. But then I felt like it's too saturated, so I picked up a camera and I just said, let me do video work. And then eventually I did music videos, and then yeah, that's where I'm at now. Just still doing it.
Awesome. You said you did video editing before. Was there a specific thing that inspired you to do that?
Yeah, so my cousin used to do like funny gaming videos, and I just thought like, dang, like how do you make that? Like that stuff I see on YouTube, and I'm like, yo, that's my family making that. Like how you do that? So I wanted to learn.
Yeah, I feel like if you ask a lot of videographers their inspiration, it's gonna be old YouTube.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
Old YouTube for sure. Yeah, watching like Smosh. That's the first. I know it's a crazy example. That's the first one that came to my head. Like, you know, all them old gaming videos, like
they're
PewDiePie
groundbreaking
and silly stuff like that. Yeah, inspired me a little bit.
Cool. Yeah. So you know about generative AI, correct?
Yeah, of course. AI. Phew.
Do you think? Do you enjoy how AI is being used right now in creative industries such as videography?
In certain ways, I do think, it can add a little sparkle of, something new and kind of cool, but in certain cases, it can also be used negatively, like as a crutch and taken away from actual creativity and people just being lazy and going like, boom, AI vid and just throwing it out there like slop.
Yeah, like slop. Do you think that these artists that are using generative AI right now, artists and corporations as well,
yeah,
do you think they will lean toward this new technology, or do you think they'll rein it back a little bit as the populace adjusts to it?
To be honest, I don't know, because we're still in the opening stages of like generative AI being actually like used. Like people are now able to make generative AI since like, no longer than like a year and a half, so it's all still very new. I think when people get more used to it, it might not become like as like hated upon. Like when people get more used to it, it might just be like, oh, okay, that's AI, cool, whatever. I don't think it would get the same engagement that real like work would get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these big companies, they're using AI more and more right now.
Yeah.
Do you think that they are trying to cut costs and be lazy, or do you think it's more like they're excited about this new technology?
I think it can be a mix of both, because as people who have probably been in those industries for years and years, and they've been making the same videos, and they see that their money is down, their stocks are going down, they're like, what can we do to make something pop? Like, what can we do? Generative AI might feel like a solution for them in that case, because they're like, oh, we can just do this. But to other people that, take creative art, more serious, might just be like, yeah, this is like garbage. Like, what are you doing? This is not a real person. So I think it can feel different on certain aspects, but it all depends on how it's being used and how it's being treated. Mm-hmm. Like if this is being treated like, oh yeah, get Ricky out of here, he sucks. ChatGPT, love you. I think then it could become a problem, but I think it's okay.
As a videographer yourself, does it scare you at all, or are you excited for this?
It scares me slightly, just a little bit. I think it can get to a point where it's like, it could take people's jobs, like it could literally overtake certain people's careers. But I think as long as people are still like being creative and coming up with new things and being innovative, then they'll find a way to get more creative, because they say that competition creates innovation. So I think it could work the same way with people, like, like AI slop. you know, people see AI stuff and they could think like, yeah, like let me try to be better.
Okay, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Before we leave, do you have anything else you want to say?
Nah, just don't use AI as a crutch and keep being creative. And yeah, just do your best in whatever you do.
Right on. That's going to wrap it up today, this portion of the Turning Points. Thank you once again, Dante, for joining us.
Of course.
And thank you all for tuning in.